You know what character really fits this shade of blue? Sonic the Hedgehog. Not cool enough. Well, sucks to be you, Sonic. Hello, everybody! SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more of the Uniracers playthrough. Last time we got introduced to this game, we got the bronze medal on both Crawler and Shuffler. And today, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next two cups, Walker and Hopper, and I might do a third one as well because, again, these will not take very long. So, let's go ahead and get started with Walker. So, first up we have is Drag Race. Don't worry, this is not going to be as simple and easy as the first track in the game. Oh, shoot. The reason why it took me so long to move right there is because my capture device has some delay between like my computer and the TV screen. I was using the sound cues instead of the actual visuals, so as a result, I kind of missed the start up there. Which, the reason why I want to listen to the sound so much is that, you know, you may have noticed from the last video, but this game has an incredibly rockin' soundtrack. I love the soundtrack of this game. One of the best SNES soundtracks, and there's not really even a lot of songs either. But the songs that are in this game are just very catchy, very rockin', and I've always enjoyed the soundtrack for this one, if I'm being honest. That's just the way I feel. And there's nothing you can do to change my mind. So yeah, I want to listen to the music, but since the music will be delayed, that kind of threw me off on that. Ping Pong is another circuit track that can actually be really difficult to manage. Because you have these loops again. If you can consistently do like the extra boost that I showed off in the last video, then this one will be no problem. You just have to kind of memorize the other jumps and all the straightaways, and then it's just a matter of just doing tricks on all the straightaways, and then just, you know, optimizing the loops effectively, and you should be good to go. I don't get how this is ping pong, though. I don't get why this track is called ping pong. Okay, I think I kind of get how to do it. I think, like, when you're, like, going down the vertical section of the loop, I think you want to press the L and R button in terms of, like, which direction you're going, I think. It seems like that's kind of what does that anyway. Hill climb, gotta get 90 here, which is actually a pretty high score. But I think this is actually the course where you have to get, like, on the gold medal, the second highest amount than any of the courses, if I'm not mistaken. But this track, I think, is, like, actually fairly easy to do a lot of big tricks, though, because this track actually continues endlessly for a bit. Focus. Come on. Okay, well, we still got a really good score. I mean, we got almost 3 times the amount of points we needed, but there were definitely a lot of wipeouts there. So yeah, if you fill up, like, this entire chart with all the, you know, all your different scores, it's actually pretty easy to get a decent score on this. Definitely try to get as many, like, ×4 maneuvers, which are like the Twist City, Roll City. If you can do that, then, like, you should be good to go on a lot of these. Okay, next up we have Hybrid. I remember this track is actually kind of quick and short. It also just kind of ends randomly too, from what I remember. Also, a lot of jumps on this one. Thankfully, on the bronze level, even if you make a lot of mistakes, like the game kind of rubber bands you enough to the point where you can catch up pretty well. Don't expect that on the silver and gold races, though. Definitely need to be on your toes a lot more in those. Also, as much as I hate doing it, I am going to take off my headphones just so I stop getting messed up by the sound cues. I know that seems like it's an excuse, but it is definitely throwing me off. Maybe I'll turn up the volume a little bit on my TV so I can at least hear the music a little bit. Okay, so this is, I think I said it was like small cut or something, or shortcut. There's actually two different shortcuts here. The first one is if you do this, you can actually go to the underside of this track. And there's actually less here that'll interfere with you moving forward. But that's not the only shortcut that this track features. And the other shortcut's actually kind of similar to some other shortcuts we've seen in some of the other tracks, which is kind of cool. But first we have to go through the loop. And then jump up here on the top path. Now, right here, at this point, you can jump over the zigzag boosters and then kind of cut basically 2 seconds off of your time. So I want to say that shortcut's like more advantageous to take than the lower route. The lower route is faster than the normal route, though, for sure. But the jumping shortcut is definitely the most ideal shortcut to take. And all you have to do is just kind of jump when you get to the solid yellow part of the track. And just do some tricks to finish this up. We beat Bronzen by like 3 seconds. And there we go. We got our bronze medal for Walker. But now it's time to move on to the 4th and final tour that we have available. We have Hopper, the frog course. So let's go ahead and do the first track. We have Wario Paint. Not Mario Paint, Wario Paint. I want to say that this was around the time that Wario was starting to get publicity when it comes to Nintendo. Like, I think that around this time is when Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3 came out. So Wario was kind of making his rounds as a Nintendo character, trying to make it big. Hopper is definitely, I think, probably one of the harder tours in the game, though, if I'm being honest. And that's definitely going to come into play when it comes to the stunt track. I think it's probably the hardest stunt track in the entire game, if I'm being honest. But yeah, this track is famous for having the giant, like, the big jump that you have to actually, like, you can't just, like, hold right and go over that. You have to kind of do a trick while you're jumping over that to kind of move over the hump, I guess. And then once you do that, you just continue the race as normal. So yeah, it's not just like hold right or left to win. You have to do some like other trick maneuvers by this point in the game. So here we have Croc. 3 laps on Croc. I remember this track for one thing and one thing only. And it is this part right here, where you just go straight into a wall as the game forces you to move in the opposite direction. And then you go back around, come up to the finish line. Well, actually not yet, never mind. Kind of one of the longer 3-lap circuit tracks anyway. Twister City right there. See, I always mistake thinking I have to go right there, but no, you go left first, then you go up this jump, then you go right, and then there's the finish line there. The game kind of throws a curveball at you right there, I guess you could say. Oh man, my opponent just now completed their last lap. So I'm way far ahead. I'm 3 seconds ahead right now. See, I didn't mess up that section this time, so I'll be even further ahead. And there we go. Oh, I was kind of hoping it'd fade to black before they finished. Not quite. Not quite. Okay, Downer. Downer is probably the hardest stunt track in the entire game. I believe for the gold medal, you need to get like around 400 points to win. And not only that, but this track is also like... at some point, it just kind of just ends. So if you don't have... Like, you really have to make good use of the different jumps you have here. You have like one giant jump at the very end of this. But you have a lot of opportunities through roll cities and flip cities. Okay, so yeah, there's a Z flip city. Oh, I didn't actually make it to the very end. That's probably because I did too many head bounces. But at some point, like, you'll get to one final jump that'll actually last longer than all the other jumps. And when you reach the bottom, you'll actually be, like, just on flat ground with the finish line. So maybe that's the best time to do the head bounces right there when, like, you're trying to run out the clock, basically. But yeah, as you can see, like, I got a bunch of city jumps there. That gave me a lot of points. Got over 330 points. So it's just a matter of finding the best way to do all these different stunts and everything. But yeah, there we go. That is Downer. Let's go ahead and finish up the rest of this cup. We have East. You can bet that we'll be going east for a good part of this race, because that is what the name of the track demands of us. One thing I remember about this, yeah, this is what I remember, like this section right here. If you jump early enough, you can actually like get some good speed from the roll jumps that I'm doing. This can be kind of a tricky track to optimize, though, admittedly. Okay. Still going east. But here, this is where we're wrapping this up. Okay, I could probably get my time under 1 minute for that one. I just kind of messed up a lot of my trick jumps. And then last track we have is Hairpin Hill. This track is kind of crazy, not gonna lie, but it's kind of cool too. It's 5 laps, so as you can probably tell from that, it's a very short track. And there's also a lot of purple goo in this track as well. But this is pretty much all this track is. So all you have to remember is that there's the purple goo on the first section, the second section, don't do anything on the third section, and then the fourth and final section there's also goo. So once you get a feel for that, it's actually not too hard to manage this one. Can be a fun track to kind of optimize for, you know, best times and everything. My fourth lap was kind of bad, admittedly, but that's okay. Finish strong. Let's That's all you can ask for sometimes. My second lap was actually really good on that one. So here we go. We have a bronze medal for all the cups. And for getting bronze medal on everything, you unlock 2 additional cups. We have the Jumper Tour and the Bounder Tour. So since I said that I'd be doing 3 cups for this video, I'll go ahead and do 1 more, but I don't think I'm actually going to do Jumper or Bounder, though. I think I'm actually going to go back and do the silver medal for Crawler. That way we have something to look forward to for the next weekend, and we can actually cover both of these next weekend, as opposed to doing one now and waiting for the other one. So we're going to go back to Crawler and earn our silver medal. So as you can see, it says silver right here. And you can actually go back and face the bronze opponent again if you really want to. But we'll go ahead and go with silver. Now, for the silver racers, you do have to actually be a bit more cautious. They'll definitely use tricks a lot more. They'll make less mistakes. So for Dragster, for example, when we did this track the first time, they didn't do really a lot of stunts. But this time they will do a lot of stunts. So you really have to kind of get moving on this one. But yeah, if you do like 30 roll twists, maybe even 31, I don't know how many you can actually squeak out here. I want to say that's pretty much optimal for this track, if I'm not mistaken. Like 25.08, that's a really, really good score. In fact, I actually beat my 2 practice runs, where I was basically just testing to see if this game would work properly. So there we go, that is Dragster. Let's go ahead and move on to Zoom Zoo. I know it didn't seem like the computer player was that much better, but trust me, they are. Like I said, like, you know, they're a little better than what we had to deal with before. The gold ones are definitely the best. But yeah, the silver unicycle is named Sylvia, I believe. It's Bronson, Sylvia. We'll have to wait and see what the gold racer is named when we get to that point. I want to say we'll be already like starting to work on gold medals next week, if I'm not mistaken. You can also just do like 1 cup over and over again until you get the golds like from the beginning, but I want to have like a little more variety in this project, so I decided, you know what, we'll just alternate, I guess. Just so we're not seeing the same track 3 times in a row in one video. And see, like, I was dominating, but even like after that little stumble right there, they did manage to kind of catch up. I want to say there is like some slight rubber banding in this game. Which is why sometimes you'll see, like, the computer players will also get, like, new records as well. So, sometimes if you do really good, they'll obviously do a bit better themselves to keep up with you. Okay, so next up we have Bowl. As you can see, the qualifying score is now a lot higher. Not that it's, like, too much higher, so it shouldn't be too hard, but I'm going to go ahead and do a head bounce. I'll do 3 head bounces. And we'll go ahead and jump down in the bowl. Oh, I didn't do that. Man, I'm not doing too good here. Okay. Why do I keep wiping out there? Okay, there we go. There we go. That was a much better score. As far as Z-flips are concerned, Z-flips are a little weird, because sometimes if you do like only a half Z-flip, you'll do something called a tabletop instead. And I think in order to like do a full Z-flip, you just have to like just press the X button. I think if you hold it a little bit, you'll do the tabletop instead. So you have to kind of figure out the difference between those and make sure that you're not, like, you know, doing only one of them, but not both of them. So, again, it's just part of that whole optimization thing for this game. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next track. We have Switcher again. You'll definitely see the computer player make use of certain shortcuts a bit better. I'm gonna try to stick on the high route this time a little bit. Again, I don't know all the like sections of this. One, two. Oh. I know at some point right here. Yep, there we go. Oh, man. Yeah, staying on that top. And see, like, they got on the top route somehow. I don't know how they did that, but I'm going to assume it's through cheating. Okay. All I have to do is finish this. And there we go. And see, that was actually better than my last attempt, so being on the top routes definitely helped. So yeah, definitely expect me to probably use the exploit in this one. I don't like doing that, but like I said, there's one part of this level that is just like, for some reason, like I can't get it consistently, and I don't exactly get why it fails. But again, it's this part right here. Sometimes, like, I just won't make this jump, and I really don't know what, like, affects that. I might just do it again on the third lap, just to assure that I get the victory. See, like, I almost didn't make it right there. Oh, well, okay, that's another thing that can happen, too. So, yeah, I'm definitely doing the exploit now. I'm kind of a bit too far behind. Okay, good. There we go. I think it's just like you lose like enough speed and you just sometimes miss either of those two little jump things. Okay. I was able to win still. Cheated a bit, but whatever. Okay, there we go. And with that, we get our silver medal. Hooray! And now next time we come back to Crawler, we'll try to earn our gold medal. Let me actually try to do the math here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be close. I think we might start doing one of the gold medals next time at the very least anyway. But let's go ahead and end it there. This has been SlimKirby. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed another exciting video of Uniracers, and I'll see you guys next weekend for getting some more silvers and also seeing these 2 new tours that we have. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Later, folks.